Hello grade 9 students. Today I am here to teach you another new topic to you. So let's take an example. So there are two sellers, Sunil and Nimal. Sunil buys mangoes for 50 rupees and sell it for 60 rupees. Then Nimal buys oranges for 20 rupees and sell it for 30 rupees. We want to see who gets the highest profit. So what's the profit here? Profit is 60 minus 50. Profit is 10 rupees here. Here also profit is 10 rupees. How we identify who gets the highest profit? We have to think about buying price as well. So if we take a fraction that Sunil gets the profit for 50 rupees because he spent 50 rupees to get 10 rupees. What about Nimal? Nimal buys for 20 rupees and he gets 10 rupee profit. So when you take as a fraction, here still we can't compare these two. So what we can do, we can convert to the same denominator. So what's the lowest common multiple of 50 and 20? That's 100. So we'll convert to 100. Multiply by 2 equivalent fractions. Multiply by 2 to get 100 here. So this is 20. Here you have to multiply by 5. So 5 times 10, 50. Now we can clearly see this person. Who's this? 10 out of 20. Nimal gets the highest profit because he spent only 20 rupees and he gets 10 rupees for that. So what is this one? A fraction with denominator 100. What do you call that? We call that those are percentages. So today we are discussing about percentages. So what's the sign we are using for percentages? Percentages. This is a fraction with denominator 100. So I can write 20 divide by 100. So I'll write divide by 100 this way. Then I can take this one and extend here. One extend here and these two zeros I can put it here. What is this? 20%. So we use the symbol percentage sign. Actually what it means? Divide this number by 100. So we'll do percentage questions today. So what's the topic in your textbook? That's chapter 4, percentages. Let's take this one. So what are percentages? Fraction of which the denominator is 100. Write the following fractions as percentages. So what we do? So 23 out of 100. How can I write down? 23 out of 100. So I can use this symbol. So 23%. This one? 33 out of 100. So how can I write? 33% divided by 100. This one again, a fraction with denominator 100. 12 divided by 100. So I can write 12%. This one, 38 out of 100. 38 divide by 100, I can write like this. 141 out of 100. 141 out of 100. Here I can write 357 out of 100. Question number 2. Write the following fractions converting to percentages. So what we can do? So here the denominator is not 100 now. So you have to find the equivalent fraction. So how we do that converting to 100? So you need to multiply by 5. So you do the same thing to the numerator. So I'll write here without writing 100. I'll write 20. I need to convert to 100. I'm multiplying this by 5. So you do the same thing to the numerator. Multiply by 5. 11 times 5, you get 55. And then 20 times 5, 100. Now we know this is a fraction with denominator 100. So what's the percentage? 55%. I can do with another method. Without finding the equivalent fraction, I can do multiply this by 100, and in order to get no difference, I'm dividing by 100 as well. Then simplify. 25 and 100 I can simplify and write this is multiplying by 4. So 13 times 4. 4 times 3, 12, and 4 times 1, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So 52%. So how we convert to percentages? Multiply by 100. 42 over 50 multiplied by 100. And we put this percentage symbol. So 50 times 2, here I can simplify 50 times 2. So 2 times 42. 84%. Do this one. 11 over 20. So 11 over 20 multiplied by 100. And then this is 5 times 20. So you can write 20 times 5. 11 times 5, 55%. 9 over 10. 9 over 10 convert to percentages. Multiply by 100 and divide by 100 again. So 10 times 10, 100. So 9 over 10 into 100. You can simplify and write down 90%. Now convert the following percentages into simple fractions. So what we do? This means 30 out of 100. Divide by 100. So we can write 30 divided by 100. Now simplify. When you simplify, I can see divide by 10. So you get 3 over 10 here. 48%. 48 out of 100. We can divide by 4. 4 times 1, 4 times 2. 4 times 2, 8 and 5. So 25. So answer is 12 over 25. 65%. 65 over 100. Divide by 5. 5 times 1, 5. And for 15, that's 3. 5 times 20. So 13 over 20. 75% we all know that's 3/4. We'll see 75 over 100. 25 times 3, 25 times 4. 3/4. And the last one, 84% means 84 out of 100. Divide by 4. 4 times 2, 8, 4 times 1, 4 times 25. So 21 out of 25. Now let's take 23% of 500. You know in mathematics, of means multiplication. So 23% means as a fraction that's 23 out of 100. Of means multiplication and you get 500. Now you can multiply the numerator separately and divide by the denominator. So 100 times 1, 100 times 5. 5 times 3, 15. 1 remaining. 5 times 2, 10. Plus 1, 11. So what's the answer? 115 rupees. What's the 10% of 320 meters? 10% means 10 over 100. Of means multiplication and this is 320. And multiply the numerator separately and divide by the denominator, you get 32. So 32 meters is the answer. So 10% of 320 means 32 meters. Find 40% of 480. 40%. 40 divided by 100 into 480. 0 get cancelled out, this 0 get cancelled out with this one. 4 times 48. 4 times 8, 32. 3 remaining. 4 times 4, 16. Plus 3, 19. So this is in kilograms. So 192 kg. What about this one? Find 20% of 680. So 20% means 20 out of 100 and multiply by 680. Multiply the numerator separately and the denominator separately. So you get this one. Zeros get cancelled out. 2 with 1, 2 with 5. So 680 divided by 5. 5 times 1, 5. For 18, that's 3. 15 and 3 remaining, that's 6. So this is about milliliter. So 136 milliliters. Find 11% of 2,400. So 11 over 100 into 2,400. 2 zeros get cancelled out. So you get 11 times 4, 44. 4 remaining. 11 times 2, 22. 22 plus 4, 26. So 264 rupees. Now we'll take this question. If 20% of a certain amount of money is 800, what is the total amount? So you need to think about carefully. 20% value is given 800. That's given. So you are asked to find out the total amount. So what is 1 out of 100 means? 1 out of 100 means you divide this by 20 and then to get the total you need to multiply by 100. So we are trying to find out what about 100%. 100% is you have to multiply by 100. So that's what we are doing. So we'll do here. So 20 over 100 represent 800. And the amount straight away I can write 800 for 20 parts. And to get the total, I'm multiplying by 100. 5. 5 times 8, 40. So you get 4,000 rupees. That's the total amount. This one, 11% of a journey is 88. So 11% means 11 out of 100 means 88 kilometers. You are asked to find out the total length of the journey. How long is the total journey? So 11 parts is this much. So one part you divide by 11 and for 100 parts you multiply by 100. So what's the total length of the journey? 88 divide by 11 and multiply by 100. So 11 times 8, 8 times 100, 800 kilometers. So that's the total distance. There is 720 liters of water in a tank. That is only a 12% of the total capacity. So 12% means 12 out of 100 means 720 liters. And you are asked to find out the total capacity of the tank. That means full 100%. So what we do? You are finding for one part, that's divide by 12, and then for full you multiply by 100. So 12 times 6, 72. So 60 into 100, you get 6,000 liters is the capacity of the tank. This one, 60% of the students in a school is girls. There are 1,200 girls. If so, find the total student population in the school. So 60%. 60 out of 100 represent 1,200. That's about number of girls. So total student population is 1,200 divide by 60. That's just for one part. And multiply by 100, you get the total population. So 0, 6 times 20, 120. So 20 times 100, 2,000 students are there. Now look at this one. There are 300 glass balls in a box. 240 out of them are red. Find the percentage of the red glass balls in the box. So what's the total? 300. Out of 300, 240 glass balls are red. So what's the percentage? So this is the fraction. How you convert to percentage? Multiply by 100 and divide by 100. So do the numerator separately and the denominator. So here I can write 100 times 3, 240 divided by 3, 80%. Let's take the second part. Number of red eggs in a stock of eggs is 140. The total number of eggs is 700. Find the percentage of red eggs. Out of 700 eggs, how many red ones are there? 140. So we can convert to percentage, that's multiply by 100 and divide by 100. So multiply the numerator and divide by the denominator. So 100 times 7, 7 times 20. So you get 20% are red eggs. Look at this one. Total number of employees in an office is 80. 60 out of them are female. Find the percentage of female. So similar to the previous questions, total is 80. out of 80 people, 60 are females. So we can convert to a percentage by multiplying by 100 and divide by 100. So multiply the numerator separately, denominator separately. 0, 0. 2 times 4, 2 times 5. Then 60 and 4, you get 15. 15 times 5, 75%. So 75% are females. This one, there are 400 red and white hens in a farm and 250 out of them are red. Find the percentage of red hens. So similar to the previous one, out of the total 400, 250 hens are red. Convert to percentage, that means multiply by 100 and divide by 100. Multiply the numerator and divide by the denominator. 100 times 1, 100 times 4. So 250 divided by 4. 4 times 6. 4 times 6, 24. 10. 4 times 2, 8. And for 20, that's 5. So here, percentage of red hens, 62.5, or I can write 62.5 as a percentage. Look at this one. What is the percentage of the set B when compared to the set A appearing below? So, full set is A. So, there are 5 elements. B, C, D belongs to A as well. That's 3 elements out of 5. So, what's the percentage? 3 elements out of 5 multiplied by 100 and divide by 100 again. So, 3 times 100 divide by 5. 5 times 20, 20 into 3, you get 60%. Now, in this lesson, we need to discuss about profit, loss, commission and discounts. So, that's the main objective in this lesson. So, we'll look at this one, how to calculate profit. Siridasa sold the wall clock purchased for 700 to an amount of 840. So, you can see the selling price is more than the buying price. So, when its selling price is more than buying price, we call that's the profit. Find the profit he earned. So, how we find out the profit? You take the selling price and subtract the buying price. So, 840 minus 700. So, what's the value? 0, 4 and then 1. So, 140 is the profit. Now, what is the percentage of his profit compared to his amount invested? So, how we calculate the percentage profit? So, take the profit, divide by the buying price. Buying price is 700 and then multiply by 100 and divide by 100. So, this means 140 into 100 divide by 700%. 100 times 7, 140 divided by 7, you get 20%. So, Siridasa gets 20% profit value. So, what is the profit means? If a good is sold to an amount more than the amount of purchase, the excess money received from the sale is called the profit. So, here selling price, sold price is greater than the purchased price. Profit is the difference between the selling price and the buying price. Buying price is same as the purchase price. It is also important to find the percentage of the profit obtained by the businessman for the invested amount. So how you calculate the percentage profit? Profit over purchase price into 100. So remember this formula. So you need to know this formula to calculate the percentage profit. Loss means, what is loss? Other way around. If you are not selling it to a value more than the buying price, you get a loss. Take this example. Having used for a year, Ranjit sold a bicycle bought for 8,400 for a sum of 7,000. So selling price is now less than the buying price. What is the loss he experienced? So how we find out the loss? Take the difference. Now the buying price is 8,400 minus the selling price. So you get 1,400 rupees is the loss he gained. The percentage of loss experienced, loss is 1,400 divide by the buying price. So you have to remember always the denominator is the purchase price or buying price. So 8,400 into 100 and divide by 100. 2 zeros get cancelled out. Then 4 times 2, 4 times 1. 4 times 25. 7 times 2, 7 times 3 here. So 2 times 25, 50. 50 over 3%. When you write as a mixed number, you can write as 3 times 1, 3. For 20, that's 6 and 2/3. 16 and 2/3 as a percentage value. So what's the loss? The amount of shortage experienced by selling a certain good to a lesser price than the purchase price. So purchase price is more than the selling price now. So the loss is the difference between the selling and the buying price. So here first comes the buying price because that's more than the selling price. So what's the percentage loss? Loss over purchase price into 100. So this is also important to calculate the percentage loss. Now we'll take an example. Rasika sold a stock of coconut bought to an amount of 24,000 rupees to 36,000. What is the profit? Now here selling price is more than the buying price. So we call that's a profit. So what's the profit gain? Profit is the difference between the selling price and the buying price. So when you subtract, what you get? So 12,000 rupees. What's the percentage of the profit? So profit is 12,000 and the buying price is 24,000. And then into 100 divide by 100. So what we do, 12,000 into 100 divide by 24,000 as a percentage. Now simplify. You get 3 zeros get cancelled out. 12 times 1, 12 times 2. 100 divided by 2, you get 50%. So what's the percentage profit? 50%. A businessman having bought a cupboard for an amount of 48,000 sold to a price of 60,000. Is it a loss or a profit? Selling price is more than the buying price. So this is a profit. What is the profit gain? What is the percentage of the profit? So what's the difference? 60,000 minus 48,000. So you get 12,000 rupees profit. So what is the percentage? Profit percentage is 12,000 divided by the buying price. Buying price is 48,000 into 100. So 12,000 into 100 divided by 48,000. So here 3 zeros get cancelled out. 12 times 4, 48. 100 divided by 4, you get 25% profit. Look at this one. A bedspread in a shop which is 100 rupees had to be sold to an amount of 500 rupees since the color of the material had faded away. So actually what happened here? So the selling price is less than the buying price. So you get a loss. So they are asking to calculate the loss value and the percentage loss. So how we find out the loss? The difference between the two values. So the buying price is 700 and the selling price is 500. So the difference is 200 rupees. So loss of 200 rupees. So what's the percentage loss? Percentage loss is the loss divided by the buying price. Buying price is 700 into 100. So you can write 200 into 100 in the numerator, divide by 700. So 200 divided by 7. What's the value? 7 times 2, 14 for 60. 8, 56 and 4 remaining. So 28, 4 sevens percentage. Now look at this question. A stock of plantains brought to a price of 6,000 by a fruit seller had to be sold to 4,500 to close the business. What is the loss occurred? So loss is the difference between the selling price and the buying price. So the buying price is more. 6,000 minus 4,500. So you get 1,500 rupees loss. So what's the percentage value? Percentage is 1,500 divided by the buying price. Buying price is 6,000 into 100. So you get 1,500 multiplied by 100 in the numerator and divide by 6,000. 2 zeros and 1 zero get cancelled out. 150 divided by 6. 6 times 2, 12 for 30, that's 5. So 25% is the percentage loss. Look at this one. A trader purchased 40 breadfruits for rupees 50 each and sold them for 60 each. Now we can use two different methods to find out the loss or profit here. This is 50 buying price and then 60 selling price, means this is about a profit. So we can find out amount spent for purchase of breadfruit. So what's the amount? So how many breadfruits? 40 breadfruits. So 40, each one is 50 rupees. So 40 into 50. So that's the buying price. 2,000 rupees. Amount earned by selling breadfruit. So that means each one is 60 rupees and how many breadfruits? 40 breadfruits, each 60 rupees. 2,400 rupees. So now you can find out the profit. So profit is the difference between the selling price and the buying price. You get 400 rupees is the profit obtained. And what is the percentage profit? 400 divide by the buying price. Buying price is 2000 into 100. And simplify, you get 2 zeros and 1 zero. 40 divided by 2, 20%. Now we can do the same question in a different way. So we'll take this one. So we are finding for one breadfruit the buying price and the selling price. So what's the price for one breadfruit? That's buying price is 50. Buying price is 50 rupees. What's the selling price? One breadfruit is selling 60 rupees. So what's the profit obtained for one breadfruit? 60 minus 50. That's 10 rupees. Then what is the percentage profit? So you can take 10 for one breadfruit, that's 50 into 100. So you can multiply the numerator and divide by the denominator. You get 220 is the percentage value. Now you can see we can either take the whole lot at once and calculate the percentage profit, or taking one and find out the profit. You get the same answer. Look at this one. A trader buying 250 eggs for a price of 12 per each sold them for an amount of 10 per each. Is this a loss or a profit? Selling price is less. So this is about loss. So what's the amount spent for purchase the whole set of eggs? How many eggs are there? 250, and each one 12 rupees. Here, what's the value? 4 times, so you get 3000. What's the easiest way to multiply? So I can see 12 as 4 times 3. So 25 times 4 is 100. 100 into 10, 1000. 1000 times 3, 3000. So that's an easy way to multiply. Then what is the amount earned by selling price? So each one 10 rupees is the selling price. So 250 eggs are there, each one 10 rupees. So the total value is 2500 rupees. Now what's the loss experienced? The difference, 3000 minus 2500. You get 500 is the loss experience. So I'll write here 500 is the loss experience. Now what is the percentage loss? 500 out of 3000. 3000 is the total buying price into 100. So 500 into 100 divide by 3000. 2 zeros get cancelled out and 1 zero here. So 50 divided by 3. Or I can write 3 times 1, 3. For 20, that's 6. So 16 2/3 is the percentage loss. Now we'll use the second method. So considering one egg, what's the price for one egg? So buying price is 12 and selling price is 10. So 12 rupees. And the selling price is 10 rupees. So what's the loss experience for 1 egg. 12 minus 10, that's 2 rupee loss. So what's the percentage loss occurred? 2 rupees out of 12 into 100. So 2 times 100 divided by 12, 2 times 6, 2 times 3 here, 50. So 50 divided by 3, you get 16 2/3. So same answer you are getting, either taking the whole lot at once or each one separately. Look at this one. Find out the selling price of a chair of 6,400 with a profit of 20%. Now, this is slightly different. So, you are gain 20% profit when you sell it to 6,400. So, what's the profit? So, 20% of 6,400. So, you can use multiplication. So, 20% of 6,400. You can divide here by 10 and multiply by 2. 2 times 0, 8, 12. So, 1,260 rupees. So, what's the selling price now? Profit is 1,280 and the buying price is 6,400. So, what's the selling price? You have to add it. 1,280 add 6,400. So, what's the selling price? So, 0, 8, 6 and 1. So, you need to sell it to 1,680. So, when you add it, you are getting 0, 8, 6, 7. So, what's the selling price? We need to sell for 7,680 rupees to get 20% profit. This question. Find out the selling price of a bicycle purchased for 12,800 if it is to be sold with a profit of 12%. So, this is similar to the previous one. So, how we calculate the profit value? So, 12,800. So, 12% of 12,800. So, 12% of 12,800. So, multiply separately here and divide by 100. So, 2 zeros get cancelled out. 12 times 128. So, we'll multiply 128 into 12. So, 10 and 2. Multiply by 1 and then 2 and then add it. 1,536. So, that's the profit. Then, what's the selling price? So, the buying price is 12,800. So, to get the selling price, you need to add the profit. So, 12,800 plus 1,536. 6, 3. So, 14,336 rupees is the selling price. Look at another question. Find out the selling price of porcelain set purchased for a price of 6,400 if it is to be sold with a loss of 10%. Now, this is about a loss. So, 10% loss. So, 10% of 6,400 is the value for loss. So 0 and 1 0, so that means 640 rupee loss. Then what is the selling price? Now this is loss. So you don't add loss to that. So you are subtracting. So the buying price is 6,400 and you subtract 640. You get 0, 6 and 7, 7, 14 and 5. So the selling price is less than the buying price, 5,760. Look at this question. A coconut trader having bought 150 coconuts to a price of 50 each, categorized them and sold 30 coconuts for 60 each. 70 coconuts of medium size were sold for 70 each. All the remaining stock of the coconuts was sold for 80 rupees each respectively. Purchase price of all the coconuts. So different prices are there. Altogether 150 coconuts, each one 50 rupees. That's the buying price. Categorize them and sold 30 coconuts for 60 rupees. And 70 coconuts of medium size one with 70 each. And the remaining stock. Now, what's the remaining part? 70 here, 30, 100 is there, altogether 150. So, another 50 for 80 rupees. Now, you are asking the purchase price of all the coconuts. So, purchase price is 150 coconuts, each one 50 rupees. 1, 2, 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7. So, 7,500 is the purchase price. Now, second part, they are asking sold price for 30 coconuts. So, 30 coconuts, each one 60 rupees. So, what's the sold price? 60 coconuts, 30 coconuts, 60 rupees. So, 60 times 30. So, you get 1,800 for 30 coconuts. Then the next part, sold price of 70 coconuts. 70, each one 70 rupees. So, 70 times 70. That's 4,900 rupees. And the sold price for 50 coconuts, that was each one 80 rupees. So, 50 times 80. That's 4,000 rupees. So, what's the total amount earned from selling coconuts? So, you have to add all together. So, 1,800 plus 4,900 plus 4,000. 0, 0. 9 plus 8, 17. 1 remaining and 10. So, that's the answer. That's the total selling price, 10,700. So, profit earned from selling all the coconuts. So, the selling price is this. What's the buying price? 7,500. So, take the difference. So, 10,700 minus 7,500. 3,200 rupees. So, what's the percentage profit? You get 3,200 profit and divide by the buying price. So, buying price is 7,500 into 100. 2 zeros, 25 times 3, 25 times 4. And you get 4 times 2, 8, 4 times 3, 12. 128 divided by 3. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 2, 6 and 2/3. So you can write 42 and 2/3 as a percentage. Look at this one. A trader earns 10% profit by selling an electric item for rupees 44,000. Find the purchase price of it. How we find out? Now, if you buy for 100 to get 10% profit, you have to sell it for 110. So, 110. So, I'll write down. This is the profit. 110 over 100 is 44,000. So what is one part? So you have to divide by 110, and to get 100% you multiply by 100. So we do 44,000 divide by 110, because 110 parts is that. So one part is divide by 110 multiplied by 100. So you get 0, 11 times 4. So 400 here, 400 into 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 40,000 rupees is the purchase price. This one. Selling a wristwatch for rupees 56,000, a trader gained a profit of 12%. Find the purchase price. So this is also a profit. If you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 112 to get a profit of 12 rupees. So 112 over 100 is the value there, 56,000. So how you find out one part? 56,000 divide by 112 and multiply by 100. So divide by 4. And here 1 and 4. So you get 14,000. Then you can divide by 14. 14 times 1. So that's 1,000 and here 2. So 2 times 50. So 50 times 1,000, you get 50,000 rupees. So selling price is 56,000 and the buying price is 50,000. This one, a loss of 10% is occurred by selling an item for 5,400. That means if you buy it for 100, you have to sell it for 90 rupees. So 90 over 100 now is 5,400. So what is 110 over 100? That means to get a profit of 10%, you have to consider 110 over 100. So what's the first value? So we can find out selling price $5,400 divide by 90 into 100 with a loss of 10%. 0, 0 get cancelled out. Now 9 times 6. So 6,000 is the selling price with a 10% loss. Now to get 10% more, now you have to sell it for 110. So what is the selling price now? Selling price to get 10% profit from this value 10%. So 6,000, you can straight away do that. You can multiply by 110 and divide by 100 to find the selling price with a 10% profit. 2 zeros and you get 0066. So you need to sell it for 6,600 to get another 10% profit. Now we'll look at what are discounts. Now you have seen boards. We are giving 10% discount, this much of discount when you go to shops. So what we do? So we can buy the item less than the marked price. So what is discount? It is essential to mark the prices of all the goods to be sold according to the Government Consumer Act. So in each and every brand we see the price. That's called the marked price. Businessmen and traders sell goods deducting a certain percentage of the displayed price on the good for escalating their marketing of the good. Such deducted amount is called the discount. So you are getting at a price less than the marked price with this discount. Now we'll look at a question related to discounts. The displayed price of a refrigerator is 36,200. A 10% discount is given on sale. Find out the discount. So discount is 10% of 36,200. Multiply the numerator and divide by the denominator. You get 3,620 rupees as a discount. So what's the selling price? So you have to deduct that discount from the marked price. So 36,200 minus 3,620. So what you get? 36,200, 3,620. When you subtract, you are getting 32,580 rupees. So that's the selling price. A handbag worth 8,000 is sold with a 20% discount. Find the sale price. So when 20% deducted, the goods should be sold at a price of 80%. So we can straight away find out the selling price without calculating the discount. So if you calculate discount separately, you have to subtract that value from the marked price. If you are doing this way at once, so 20% discount means what's the selling price? 80%. So 100 minus 20, 80%. So we calculate 80% of 8,000. So you get 8 times 8, 64,000. So what's the selling price? 6,400 rupees. Find the percentage of the discount if a discount of 300 is given for a good worth 6,000 rupees. So what's the percentage value? So out of 6,000, the discount value is 300 now. As a percentage, you multiply by 100. So 300 into 100 divide by 6,000. 2 zeros, 1 0. And 30 divided by 6, that's 5%. So that means 5% discount is given. Look at this one. A businessman sells 2 wall clocks for a price of 1,955 each. One gives a profit of 15%. So profit of 15%. That means 115 over 100. While the other loss of 15. Loss of 15 means 100 minus 15, 85%. find the total loss or profit obtained by the businessman and its percentage. So we'll take the first clock. This is with 15% profit. So what's the purchase price? So purchase price should be, selling price is 1955. That's with the profit of 15%. So we have to do other way around. So 1955 for 115 parts, and for 100 is the purchase price. So divide by 5. 5 times 2, 10. So you get 23. Divide by 5. 5 times 3, 15. For 45, 5 times 9 and 1. So this is 23 times divide by 23. 391 divided by 23. That's 1. And you get 661. So 7 times this is 161. So that means here 17 times 100, you get 1700 rupees. So that's the purchase price of one clock. What about the other one? This is 15% loss. So you take 1955, that's the selling price, divide by 85 and multiply by 100, because 85% means this value. Simplify this, divide by 5, 17, and here when you divide by 5 you got 391. Now 17 times 23, so this is 23. So 2300, that means 2300 rupees. Now we'll look at the purchase price of both clocks. Each one, this one is 1700 and 2000, the other one is 2300. So you can add these two to get the total purchase price. So 0, 0, so 4000 rupees. Sale price of both clocks, each one 1955. Multiply by 2, 2 times 5, 10, 10, 11, 2 times 9, 18, plus 1, 19, 2 times 1, 2, plus 1, 3. So that's the selling price. So what's the loss? Loss occurred. Here, selling price is less than the buying price. So 4000 minus 3910. You get 90 rupees loss. So what's the percentage loss? 90 rupee loss for buying price 4000. Purchase price 4000 into 100. 90 into 100, divide by 4000, 2 zeros and 1 0. So you get 9 over 4. 4 times 2, 8. 2 and quarter of percentage is the loss occurred. Selling a good to a price of 285, a businessman experienced a loss of 5%. Find out the price it should be sold it to possess a profit of 10%. Now look at this question. So the selling price is 285. So experience a loss of 5%. Loss of 5% means if you buy it for 100, you have to sell it for 95. So 95% value is this. Now, what's the value? We can find out. So, the buying price should be buying price should be 285 divide by 95 into 100. So, what's the value? 95 times divided by 5. 5 times 1, this is 9. 5 times 5, 25 and 7. So, you get 3. 3 times this. So, the buying price should be 300 to get 5% loss. Now, you need 10% profit. So, to get 10%, if you buy it for 100, you have to sell it for 110. So, 110% of that value should be the new selling price. So, what's the selling price then? Selling price should be, so 300 is the buying price, and then to get 110 profit, you multiply by 110 over 100. So, you get multiply by 3, 3, 3, 0. So, that means sell it for 330 rupees to get the 10% profit. Look at this question. A good purchased for 4,600 should be sold. To which price it to experience a loss of 5%? To which price it to gain a profit of 5%? So, the first part, the price to which the good should be sold to experience a loss of 5%, means if you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 95. So, that means 95% is this one. So, if you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 95 rupees. Now, what's the selling price then? Selling price is 4,600 is the purchase price into 95 over 100. So, what's the value? 2 zeros get cancelled out. 46 into 95. So, multiply 46 into 95. 90 times 5. 90 and 5. So, 0. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 4, 36 plus 5, 41. And 5 times 6, 30. 5 times 4, 20. And 3, 23. So, you get 4,370. So, 4,370 rupees. Now, the second part is a price to gain a profit of 5%. Profit of 5% means if you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 105. 105 over 100. So, to get 5% profit, so what's the selling price? 4,600 into 105 over 100. 2 zeros get cancelled out. So, 46 into 105. So, 105 into 46, that's 40 and 6. 4 times 5, 20, and 4 times 1, 4. 6 times 5, 30, 6 times 1, 6. So, you get 4,830. Look at this question. 7,800 electric bulbs were used for lighting a festival. 25% of them were red, while 15% of them were green and the other were blue. Find the number of blue color bulbs used. What's the percentage of red and green color bulbs? So 25% and 15. So what's the value? Altogether 25 plus 15%. So that's 40%. Percentage is 40% for green and, I'll write here, this is green and red, 40%. So what's the blue ones? Rest are blue. That means 100 minus 60. 100 minus 40. That's 60%. That's blue color bulbs. Number of bulbs now, 60% of 7,800. 60% of 7,800 bulbs are blue. So divide by this. So 6 times 0, 6 times 8, 48, and 6 times 7, 42 plus 4, 46. So that means 4,680 blue colored bulbs are there. Look at this one. Price of a newspaper was increased from 50 to 60 rupees. Find the percentage of the price increased. So what's the amount increased? 50 to 60 means 60 minus 50. That means 10 rupees. What's the percentage price increase? So the increase value divide by the buying price. Buying price is 50 into 100. So whenever you get percentage value, always take the buying price. 5 times 2, so 20% is the increased value. Selling a wall clock for 5,040, a loss of 10% was experienced. What is the price it should be sold if to gain a profit of 4%? So what's the loss? 10%. So that means if you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 90. So 90 over 100 is 5,040. So what's the purchase price? So purchase price is 5,040 divide by 90. So this is 90 parts is this much. So divide by 90 and multiply by 100. 0 get cancelled out. 9 times, here 9 times 5, 45 and 54, 9 times 6. So 5600, 5,600 rupees. Now to get a 4% profit now. If the buying price is 100, then the selling price should be 104 to get 4% profit. So 104 over 100 now. So what's the price to be sold? 104. So 5,600 into 104 over 100. 2 zeros get cancelled out. Multiplied 104 into 56. 50 and 6. And then 6 times 4, 24, 6. So you add it together, 5,824 rupees. Look at this one. In order to gain a profit of 20%, a good should be sold to a price of 9,600. Find out the profit or loss experienced by selling it for 8,400. What's the purchase price of the good? This is profit of 20%. So profit means if you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 120. So 120 over 100. So how you get the purchase price? 9,600 for 120 parts and then multiply by 100. 0 get cancelled out. 12 times 8. 12 times 8? 96. So this is 80. So 8,000 rupees. So what's the profit or loss occurred? Selling price is 8,400 and the buying price is 8,000. So this is a profit. So this is profit occurred is 8,400 minus 8,000. That's 400 rupees. Look at this question. A trader experienced a loss of 6% by selling a pair of shoes to 564. Find the percentage of profit gained by selling it to 675. What's the purchase price? Now this is experience a loss of 6%. If this is 100 rupees buying price, this should be 94. So 94 over 100. And the selling price is 564. So what's the purchase price? 564 divide by 94 into 100. So divide by 94. Divide by 2. Divide by 2 here. Then, so 47 times 6. So this is 6. So you get 600 rupees. That's the purchase price. Now profit gained by selling to 675. So now the selling price is 675. That's more than 600. So the profit is 675 minus 600. That's 75 rupees. So what's the percentage profit? 75 rupees for 600 into 100. That's the percentage profit. So 6 here, divide by 6. 6 times 1, 6. For 15, that's 2. For 30, that's 5. 12.5% percentage profit. Now we'll look at what is commission means. Think about you want to sell a property. So what you do? You go to a person or to a company and ask them to sell your property. So they will do that, but they are charging a money from you. So that's called the commissions. Normally, it's a percentage of the sale price. So the commission or a bargaining price. Brokerage is the amount paid to an individual or a company for obtaining assistance of an individual or a company for selling a good. This is a percentage of the sale price of the good. Now we'll look at a question related to that. A broker charges 3% of the commission for selling a land. Find the amount of commission the broker earns from selling the land to, what's the value? 24 million. So what's the commission? 3% of that, very small amount. So 3%, that means 3 over 100 into 24 million. So what's the value? Divide by 100 means you cut 2 zeros there. So 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 2, 6 and 1, 7. So how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 720,000 is the commission value. A commission of 960,000 was given to a broker for assisting in selling a vehicle. The percentage of the commission charge was 4%. Find the sale price of the vehicle. So it says 4%. The commission is 960,000. That's 4%. 4% means 960,000. So how you find out the sale price? You find for one part, that's 960,000, divide by 4 and multiply by 100 to get the sale price. So 4 times 2, 8. For 16, that's 4 times 4. 4 times 4, 16, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 24 million is the sale price. Another question related to commission. A broker obtained a commission of 48,000 for assisting in selling a small vehicle for 1,200,000 rupees. Find the percentage of the commission obtained. So what's the commission value? 48,000 taken for 1,200,000. So as a percentage, you multiply by 100. So what's the value? 3 zeros get cancelled out with this 2 zeros with this 2. So 48 divided by 12, that's 4% commission. Now we'll look at example 1 in your textbook. A company which produces shoes incurs a cost of 1,000 rupees in manufacturing a pair of shoes. The company sells each pair of shoes at 2,600. Find the profit earned by the company in selling one pair of shoes. So altogether 1,000 rupees for pair of shoe. One pair is 1,000 rupees and selling price is 2,600. So selling price is more than the buying price. So what's the profit? 2,600 selling price minus buying price, that's 1,600 rupees is the profit. Example number 2. A vendor buys a stock of 50 coconuts at the price of 45 per coconut. If the vendor sells all the coconuts at the price of 60 per fruit, calculate his profit. So here we can find out the profit for one coconut and see for 50 coconuts what's the total profit. So what's the profit per coconut? Selling price is 60, that's more than the buying price. That's buying price is 45. So you get 15 rupees. That's the profit per coconut. How many coconuts are there? 50 coconuts. So that's, you have to multiply this by 50 to get the total profit. Total profit is equal to 15 times 50. So you get 750 rupees is the total profit. Example number 3. A vendor buys a stock of 100 mangoes at the price of 20 each and decides to sell them at the price of 18 each due to the fruits being damaged during transportation. Calculate the loss incurred by the vendor. So what's the loss per one mango? That's the difference. 20 minus 18, that's 2 rupee loss. But there are 100 mangoes. So what's the total loss? Total loss is 2 times 100. That's 200 rupees. Example number 4. A vendor buys 60 kg of manioc from a farmer at the price of 50 per kilogram. He initially sells 20 kilos at 70 per kilogram. Of the remaining manioc, he sells 15 kg at 60 rupees per kilogram. Now we'll try to get this question. 60 kilos altogether. 50 per kilo, 50 rupees per kilo. He initially sells. So out of that 20 kilos, he sells at price 70 rupees. The remaining manioc, 15 kilos at 60 rupees and 5 kilos at 50. And finally 10 kilos at 40 rupees. So we'll check whether this is 60, 20 and this is 20, 40, 20, 20, 40, 40 plus 10, 50. And the vendor discards the remaining 10 kilos. So 10 kilos he discards. Now determine whether the vendor earned a profit or incurred a loss from selling the manioc and calculate the profit earned or loss incurred. Now we need to find out the purchase price and the selling price. So we'll see. So what's the purchase price or buying price? We'll say buying price. Buying price is 60 kilos for 50 per kilo. So you get 3,000 rupees. Now the selling price, each one you have to add and get the total. 20 kilos for 70 rupees. 15 kilos for 60 rupees, 5 kilos for 50, 10 kilos for 40. So when you take the addition, what you get? 1,400 here. Here. 900. This one 250 and this one 400. When you take the total, you get 0, 5, 9. 1 remaining, that's 2. So 2,950 is the selling price. Now look at selling price and buying price. Buying price for 3,000 and selling price is 2,950. That's less than buying price. So this is a loss. So loss occurred is, and that's 3,000 minus 2,950. So what's the loss occurred? you get 50 rupee loss. Exercise 4.1. Fill in the blanks based on the given information. Wristwatch, the purchase price, selling price, and whether it's a loss or profit, and you have to find the value. Okay, so the purchase price is 500, selling price is 750. Is that a profit or a loss? This is more. So this is a profit. So what's the profit value? Take the difference. So 750 minus 500, you are getting 250. This one 1200, and the selling price is less now, 1050. That's a loss. So what's the subtraction? 1200 minus 1050. So 200 minus 50, 150. So you get 150 loss. Now this one, you have to find out the purchase price. You have given profit of 300 and the selling price is this. So buying price should be less than that, 1800. So subtract 300. So 1800 subtract 300, you get 1500. This one, loss of 175, and this is 750. So the buying price should be more than the selling price. So you add 175. 750 plus 175. 5 there. 7 plus 5, 12. 1 remaining. 7, 8, 9. 925. This one, loss is 50. And the water bottle purchase price is 350. So 350 minus 50 is this value. So that's 300 is the selling price. This one 275, profit is 75. So you have to add 75 to that. So 275 plus 75, you get 5, 5, 10, 7, 7, 14 plus 1, 50, 1 remaining, and you get 3. So 350. This one, loss of 100 and the selling price is 450. So that means the buying price is more than the selling price. So you add it. 450 plus 100, 550. Profit of 150 and the selling price is this. So the buying price should be less than that. 700 minus 150. So you get 550 as the buying price. Question number 2. Find the more profitable business of each pair given below. Selling mangoes at 60 per fruit, which were bought at 50 per fruit. And the selling oranges at 55, which were bought at 50 per fruit. So what's the profit here? Both places you get profit because the selling price is more than the buying price. So 60 minus 50 is the profit here. So that's 10. This one is 55 minus 50. That's 5. So they are asking which business is more profitable. Here you can judge from these two values because the buying prices are the same. If this is not the same, you have to calculate the percentage values. But buying prices are the same for 50 rupees, 10 rupee profit, and for 50 rupees that's 5 rupee profit. So which one is more profitable? This one. So that means what's the fruit? Mangoes. So selling mangoes is more profitable. Selling mangoes is more profitable in this business. Selling coconut at 60 per fruit, which were bought at 40. Selling jackfruit for 60 and bought for 50. So this is jackfruit and this is coconuts. So which one is more profitable? So what's the profit here? 60 minus 40, 20, here 10. You can't judge from this because now the buying prices are different. So you need to calculate percentage profit. Percentage profit 20 out of 40 into 100 for coconuts. So 50%. This one, percentage profit for jackfruit. What's the percentage profit? 10 rupee profit for 50 rupees into 100. That's 20%. So which one is more profitable? Selling coconuts is more profitable. Selling coconuts is more profitable. Part 3. Selling pens at 15 each, which were bought at 10. 10 and 15. That's pens. And books at 28 each, which were bought at 25 and 28. So what's the profit? 15 minus 10, 5. 28 minus 25, 3. So can we check with this one? Profit wise, you get 5 rupees, but you have to look at the buying price. So it's better to calculate the percentage profit. So percentage profit for pens is 5 over 10 into 100. You get 50%. And what about for books? Percentage profit is equal to 3 for 25. So what about 100? 12. That's 12%. So here this is more. Pens, the profit for pens is more. So you can write selling pens is more profitable. So actually, when you take the difference, this is high, but you can't judge from that because the buying prices are different here. Question number 3. A vendor buys a stock of 100 rambutans at the price of 3 per fruit. So 100, each one 3 rupees. He discards 10 fruits which are spoiled and sells the remaining stock. So 90. 10 discarded and then remaining stock at the price of 5 rupees. Determine whether the vendor earns a profit or incurs a loss and calculate the profit earned or loss incurred. So what's the buying price? Buying price is 100 into 3. 300 rupees. What's the selling price? Selling price is 90 into 5. That's 450. Now selling price is more than buying price. So that's a profit. So what is the profit occurred? 450 minus 300. So 150 rupees profit occurred. Question number 4. A vendor buys a stock of 50 kilos of beans at the price of 60. So 50 kilos at the price of 60 per kilogram. On the first day, he sells 22 kilos beans at the price of 75 rupees. And on the second day, he sells the remaining stock. So what's remaining? 50 minus 22. 28 kilos for 70 rupees. Calculate the profit earned by the vendor on each day and determine on which day he earned a greater profit. Okay, first day profit. What's the buying price is this, and we'll take for each one, not for all, because only 22 kilos on the first day. So we'll take for one. So buying price is 60 and selling price is 75. So 75 minus 60, that's 15 rupees. This is per 1 kilo. So what's the profit for 22 kilos? So profit for 22 kilos, you have to multiply by 22. So 22, 15 times 22, 330. So you get 330 rupees. Then second day. Second day, what's the price? Selling price 70 and here 60. Second day profit per kilo is 70 minus 60. That's 10 rupees. So how many kilos? In the second day he sold 28 kilos. So profit for 28 kilos, you have to multiply by 10 times 28, 280 rupees. Now which day he got greater profit? So he got first day 330 rupee profit. So first day, so the answer is first day he got a greater profit. Second part, calculate his total profit. So how you calculate the total profit? So profit in the first day 330. So the total profit. First day 330 and the second day 280. So when you add it together, 610 rupees profit altogether. Question number 5. The production cost of a cane chair is 650. A manufacturer produces 20 such chairs. 20 such chairs. He expects to earn a profit of 7,000 by selling all the chairs. So 7,000 profit he wants. In order to do this, what should be the selling price of a chair? So what's the production cost? Production cost for all chairs. 650 into 20. 13,000 rupees. If he wants 7,000 rupee profit, so what's the selling price? Selling price for all chairs. Selling price for all chairs is 13,000 and you have to add 7,000. So you get 20,000 rupees for all chairs. But now this is for a chair. So selling price of a chair. So how many chairs? 20. So you can write selling price of a chair is equal to 20,000 divided by number of chairs. That's 20. So 1,000 rupees per chair. Question number 6. A vendor who sells apples by the roadside after buying them from a wholesaler buys 200 apples on a certain day for price 25 rupees. He expects to earn a profit of 1,000. By selling the whole stock of apples. In order to do this, determine the price at which he should sell a fruit. So similar to the previous question. So what's the buying price? Buying price is 200 into 25. That's 5,000 rupees. He wants 1,000 rupee profit. So what's the selling price should be? Selling price should be 5,000 plus profit 1,000. So 6,000 rupees. Now 6,000 for how many apples? 200. So what's the selling price of one apple? So selling price of one apple is equal to 6,000 divided by 200. 30 rupees. Question number 7. A vendor bought a stock of 50 kilo onion at the price of 60 rupees per kilo and sold 30 kilos of it at the price of 80. He had to sell the remaining stock. 50 minus 30, so remaining stock is 20 kilos. Remaining stock of onions at a lesser price because they were close to getting spoiled. Due to this, the vendor neither made a profit nor incurred a loss from selling the whole stock of onions. Find the price at which the vendor sold each kilogram of the remaining stock of onions. So we'll put the selling price is X. So he is not getting either a profit or a loss. So that means the selling price and the buying price both are the same. So we'll do So what's the buying price? 15 to 60. That's 3,000 rupees. What's the selling price? 30 kilos for 80 rupees and 20 kilos for X rupees. So you get 2,400 plus 2x, 20x. Now both are the same. Buying price should be equal to selling price. Buying price is 3,000 and the selling price is 2,400 plus 20x. Now this is an equation we can solve. So we'll take away 2,400 from both sides. You get 3,000 minus 2,400, that's 600 is equal to 20x. So what's x? 600 divided by 20. You get 30 rupees. So what's the price of 1 kilo of onion? 30 rupees. Example number 1. A vendor buys exercise books at 25 each and sells them at 30 each. Calculate the profit percentage earned by the vendor from selling one exercise book. So what's the selling price? 30. What's the buying price? 25. So what's the profit? Profit is the difference between buying price and the selling price. That's 5 rupees. So we want percentage profit. So how we find out the percentage profit? Profit divided by the buying price, that's 25 into 100. So 5 into 100 divided by 25. This is 4. 4 times 5, you get 20%. Example number 2. A vendor buys a pair of trousers for 500. Due to a damage, he sells it for 450. Determine the loss percentage. So what's the loss value? 500 minus 450. That's 50 rupees. So how can we calculate the percentage loss? 50 rupee loss for buying price 500 into 100%. So you get 50 times 100 divided by 500. So 10% is the loss. Example number 3. A carpenter incurs a cost of 4,000 rupees in making a table which he sells at 5,600 rupees. A blacksmith incurs a cost of 250 in making a knife which he sells at 360. Determine who has engaged in the more profitable sale. So we will take the carpenter for the table. 5,600 and 4,000 buying price, the cost, and this is 5,600. And for the blacksmith, $250 blacksmith knife. I'll write this is knife. For knife 360 and 250 is the cost. So what's the profit? Profit in both cases This is 5,600. So 5,600 minus 4,000, you get 1,600 profit. So what's the profit here? You get 110. Now, how can we find out the percentage profit? Percentage profit. For the carpenter, that's 1,600 is for 4,000 rupees into 100. So 40%. What's the percentage profit for blacksmith? That's 110 for 250. %. Now see, if you look at the profit, you can't identify which one is more profitable because 1,600 is more. But according to the buying price, we can see making knife is more profitable. We can write making knife is more profitable. Because as a percentage, that's 44% compared to the other one, that's 40%. Example number 4. If a vendor buys an Almirah for 30,000 and earns a profit, percentage of 15%. So profit percentage is given 15% of the purchase price. By selling it, calculate the selling price of the Almirah. Now we find out 30,000 is the buying price. So buying for 30,000 rupees, and we need to find out selling price with a 15% profit. So if you buy for 100, how you get 15% profit? You have to add 100 to that. So 15 plus 100, 115. So 115 over 100. So 30,000 multiplied by 115 and divide by 100 to get the selling price. So what's that? 2 zeros get cancelled out. So 2 zeros and multiply by 3. 15, 4 and 3. So 34,500 rupees is the selling price. Example number 5. A vendor buys a pair of shoes for 1,500 and sells at a loss of 2%. Now, getting a loss of 2%. What is the selling price of the pair of shoes? If you buy for 100, if there's a 2% loss, you have to sell it for 98 rupees. So now it's 98 over 100. So what's the selling price? Selling price is equal to 1,500 into 98 over 100. 2 zeros get cancelled out. So multiply by 15. 98 multiplied by 15. You get 49 there. So 1,470 rupees. Example number 6. If a vendor earns a profit of 10% by selling a television set at the price of 22,000. So profit is 10%. So what's the price of 22,000? Find the price at which the vendor bought the set. So the selling price is given 22,000. So you are asked to find out the buying price. So if this is 10% profit, that means 110 over 100. You have to sell it for 110 if you buy for 100. How can we find out the price he bought? So buying price is equal to 22,000 divide by 110 into 100. 1 0 get cancelled out. 11 times 2, so 200 into 100. So it's 20,000 rupees. So that's the buying price. Example number 7. A vendor had to sell a sports item for 6,800 due to a manufacturing defect, which caused him a loss of 15%. Find the purchase price of item. Now this is loss of 15 means 85 over 100, because if you buy for 100 you have to sell it for 85. Now you can find out the buying price is 6,800. For one part, that's you divide by 85, and for 100 parts, that's multiplied by 100. 5 times 1, 5, so that's 17. 5 times 1, 5. For 18, 5 times 3, 15. For 36. So what's the value here? 17 times 8. So this is 80 into 100. 8,000 rupees. So what's the purchase price? That's 8,000 rupees. Exercise 4.2. Fill in the blanks in the table based on the information that is given. Purchase price is given, some blanks in selling price and the profit or loss, and the value and the profit or loss percentage. So first one done for you. Second one, 600 purchase price, selling price is 720. Is it a profit or a loss? This is more, that means a profit. Here also we'll see this is selling price is less than that, so this is a loss. Next one, now we'll calculate the value. So 600 to 720. So what's the difference? So difference is 120. 720 minus 600. 120. So what's the profit percentage? 120 divide by 600 into 100. So 20%. Next one. This is loss. What's the difference? 1,500 minus 1,200. That's 300 rupees. So loss of 300 for 1,500 into 100. You get 20%. This one, profit percentage is given. 60% is the profit percentage. So how can you find out the profit? So you can do other way around. We know 60% is the profit percentage is equal to profit over buying price. buying price is 60 into 100. So this is the equation. Now you can find out the profit using that. So if you take cross multiplication, so what's the profit? Profit is equal to 60 times 60 divided by 100. 36. So 36 is the profit value. Now how can we find out the selling price? Add 36 to 60. That's 96 rupees. The next one, same method. Use the formula. 30% is equal to profit divided by the buying price. Buying price is 180 into 100. So this means the profit is equal to 30 into 180 divided by 100. Two zeros get cancelled out. 3 times 18. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5. So 54 rupees is the profit value. If this is a profit, so what's the selling price? You have to add 54 to 180. So you get 4, 3 and 2, 234 rupees. This one. 150 is the buying price and selling price is 75. So this is lower than that. So this is a loss. So what's the difference? You get 75 is the loss value. As a percentage, how can we calculate the percentage? 75 divided by the buying price into 100. 50%. Now the other way around, this one, percentage loss is given. So percentage loss is 10%. So how can you find out this value? 10%. We'll use the formula. 10% is equal to loss over initial value into 100. Now using the cross multiplication, you can multiply by 200. So 200 into 10 divided by 100. So you get 20 rupees. If this is 20, you have to subtract because this is a loss. 200 minus 20, 180 rupees. Question number 2. If a vendor buys a pair of trousers for 500 rupees and sells it at 650, determine his profit and the profit percentage. So we'll do the first part. How can we calculate the profit? Profit is the difference between the selling price and the cost price. So 150 rupees. Then profit percentage. So percentage profit is equal to profit divided by the initial value. That means the buying value into 100. 150 times 100 divided by 500. So 5 times 3, so that's 30% profit. If an electric iron which is worth 2,500 is sold at the price of 2,300, determine the loss and the loss percentage. How you calculate the loss? The difference between buying and the selling price. So 2,500 minus 2,300. That's 200 rupees. And what's the percentage loss? Percentage loss is 200 is the loss divided by initial value, that's the buying price, 2,500 into 100%. 2 zeros, 25 times 4. So 4 times 2, 8% loss. So you get 8% loss. Fourth one, a vendor buys a stock of 100 mangoes at the price of 18 each. 100 mangoes, 18 each one. He discards 20 mangoes due to them being spoiled and sells the rest of the stock at the price of 30 per fruit. So 20 discarded. So what's the remaining part? 80. So what's the price? He sold for 30 rupees each. Determine whether he has earned a profit or incurred a loss and calculate the profit earned or loss incurred and the percentage. So how you find out the buying price? This is the buying price. So buying price 100 mangoes for 18 rupees, 1,800. Then 80 mangoes. So selling price is 80 mangoes for 30 rupees, 2,400. So selling price is more than the buying price. So what's the profit? This is a profit. So profit is equal to 2,400 minus 1,800. What's the difference? 600 rupees. So that's the profit value earned and profit percentage. How you calculate the profit percentage? You can use 600 divide by the initial value. Initial value, that's the buying price, is 1,800 into 100. 2 zeros, 6 times 3. 100 divided by 3. 33 and 1/3%. Question number 5. The production cost of several types of clothing produced and sold by a certain tailor, together with their selling prices, are given in the table below. For each of the above items, find the profit and the profit percentage earned by the tailor. Giving reasons, write the most profitable item that is produced by the tailor. So you have to separately find out the profit and the profit percentage. So we'll calculate here. So what's the profit here? The difference, 350 minus 300, that's 50. So we'll calculate the percentage profit. So I'll do it here. Percentage profit is 50 out of, what's the buying price? That's cost is 300 into 100%. You get 50 divided by 3. So roughly 16 and 2/3. Now look at the next one. So what's the selling price and the cost price here? So what's the difference here? Again 50. So profit is 50 here. So what's the profit percentage? 50 divided by 400 now. Into 100, that's 50 divided by 4. 4 times 1, 4. For 10, that's 2, 8. For 20, 5. So 12.5%. Next one. So what's the profit? So the difference, 575 minus 500, that's 75. So 75 for 500. So we can calculate the profit percentage. Divide by 5. 5 times 1, 5. For 25, that's 5. So 15%. The last one. So 1000 and 1150, what's the profit? 150. And what's the percentage? 150 divided by 1000 into 100. 15%. Now we calculate the profit and the profit percentage. Giving reasons, the most profitable item. How can we identify the most profitable one? When you look at the profit percentage. So this one is the most profitable one. That means shirts. So you can write shirts are the most profitable item. Shirts are the most profitable item because the highest percentage value, highest profit percentage. Question number 6. If a bookseller earns a profit 25% by selling a novel worth 300, calculate the selling price. So the price is 300. He needs 25% profit. So you are asked to calculate the selling price. So how you find out the selling price? To get 25% profit, if you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 125. So here price is 300, 125 over 100. So because this is 25% profit. Now simplify. 300 into 125 over 100. You get 3 times 125. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7 and 3. So that's 375 rupees is the selling price. Question number 7. If a bicycle worth 12,000 is sold at a loss of 10%, calculate the selling price. So what's the price? 12,000 rupees. Loss of 10%. And you're asked to find out the selling price. So loss 10% means if you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 90 rupees. So 90 over 100. So what's the selling price? Selling price is 12,000 into 90 over 100. So 10,800 rupees. Question number 8. A carpenter spends 1,800 in producing a chair. He sells the chair to a vendor at a profit of 20%. 1,800 profit of 20%. The vendor then sells the chair to a customer at a profit of 20% again. How much does the vendor spend to buy the chair? So 20% profit here. And again, here also 20% profit. 20% profit means 120 over 100. If you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 120. So what's the? How much does the vendor spend to buy the chair? Vendor's buying price. $1,800 into 120 over 100. So you get, multiply 120 into 18, 10 and 8. So when you add it, 2,160 rupees. That's the first part. Then second part, how much does the customer spend to buy the chair? That means this is the vendor, again 20% profit. So customer's buying price is 2,160 with a 20% profit. 120 over 100. 12 times 216. 216, 12, multiply 10 and 2. And add it together, 2,592. Now the third part, write with reasons whether the carpenter or the vendor earns a greater profit. So what is vendor's profit? Vendor's profit is buying price is this and the difference. Now here I'll write down the values. This is 1,800, then the vendor buys for 2,160 and the customer buys for 2,592. So what's the profit for the vendor? The difference between these two. So vendor's profit is 2,592 minus 2,160. So subtract these two, you get 2 here, 9 minus 6, 3, and here 5 minus 1, 4. So profit is this. Now we'll look at carpenter's profit. So this is vendor's profit, that's 432 rupees. So what's carpenter's? Carpenter's profit is difference between these two, 2,160 minus 1,800. What's the difference? 0, 6 there, 3. So 360 rupees. So who gets more profit? So vendor is getting 432 profit value. So here you can write down vendor gets more profit than carpenter. Question number 9. If a vendor earns a profit of 10% by selling a refrigerator for 33,000 rupees, this is 10% profit, you are asked to find out the purchase price. So profit of 10% means you have to take 110 if it's 100 rupees. So what's the purchase price? Purchase price is 33,000 into 110 over 100. So 2 zeros, you get 2 zeros. 11 times 333. 11 times 333 plus 336. So 36,300 rupees. If a vendor incurs a loss of 5% by selling an electric stove for 28,500 with a loss of 5%, you are asked to calculate the purchase price. So loss of 5% means you have to sell it for 95 if it's 100. So what's the purchase price? So purchase price is, so 28,500 divide by 95 and multiply by 100. 5 times 1, 5. So that's 9. 5 times 5, 25. For 35, that's 7. So 3 times 19, 57. So that's 300. 300 into 100, 30,000. So that's the purchase price. Question number 11. The profit or loss percentages of several items sold by a vendor and their selling prices are given in the table below. Calculate the purchase price of each item. Okay, we'll take the first one. Selling price is this and the profit percentage is 8%. So profit is that means 108 over 100 is the value. So we can find out the purchase price for the clock. $3,240 divide by 108 and multiply by 100. So multiply by 3, you get this. So 30 into 100, 3,000 rupees. So that's the purchase price for the clock. Purchase price for electric stove. The selling price is 7,500 and this is 25% profit. So that means 125 over 100. So you divide by 125 into 100. 25 times 4 is 100. 25 times 5. So 5 times this, you get 1,500 multiplied by 4. 6,000 rupees. And the camera, what's the purchase price for camera? This is loss of 4%. So that means 96 over 100. So how can you find out the purchase price for camera? Selling price is 12,048. Divide by 96 into 100. So divide by 96. You get 124. 8 divided by 96. 96 times 1, 96. Remainder is 24. For 244, that's 2. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 9, 18. Plus 1, 19. So the remainder is 52. So 528. So for 528, that's 5. 5 times 6, 30. 5 times 9, 45. Plus 3, 48. And the remainder is 48. So 480, that's 5. So 125.5 multiplied by 100. That means move 2 places to the right. So you get 125 and 50. That means 12,550. Example number 1. Kavisha buys books which are worth 1,500 from a bookshop which offers a discount of 20%. So 20% discount now. And that's worth 1,500. Calculate the discount that Kavisha receives. So 1,500 is the price. So what's the discount? 20% of 1,500. 2 zeros get cancelled out, multiply by 2. 2 times 15, 30. So Kavisha got 300 rupees discount for buying this book. Example number 2. The production cost of a mobile phone is 9,000. The price of the phone has been marked keeping a profit of 3,000. If the phone is sold at a discount of 10% on the marked price, find the selling price. So what's the marked price? Marked price is here profit of 3,000. So here 9,000 is the cost. So marked price is getting 3,000 profit, 9,000 plus 3,000, 12,000. That's the marked price. Now we have to find out 10% discount from the marked price. So what's the selling price? So we will first find the marked price. Marked price is 9,000 plus 3,000. 12,000 rupees. So the discount is 10%. So what's the selling price? First we'll find out the discount amount. Discount value is 10% of the marked price. That means 1,200 rupees. So what's the selling price? You have to subtract this value. Selling price is equal to 12,000 is the marked price minus 1,200. Now subtract. You get here 8 and 1 remaining, that's 2. So 10,800 rupees. That's the selling price. So you can do in a different way. So how we do in a different way? I'll do that here. Method 2. So this is method 1. Method 2. You can straight away find out the value. Method 2, you know the marked price is 12,000. If you want to get 10% discount, that means the price is reducing. If it's 100, that should be 90. So you can straight away multiply by 90%. So marked price is 12,000 into 90% of that value. 0 and 9 times 0, 0. 9 times 2, 18 and 10. So you can straight away find out the value using this method. So this method is easier than finding the discount and then subtracting the value. Example number 3. A discount of 250 is given on the marked price of 2000. So 2000 is the marked price and given 250 discount. Find the discount percentage. So how you find out the discount percentage? Discount value divide by the marked price into 100. Two zeros and 1 0. 25 divided by 2, 12.5% discount. Example number 4. If a storybook is sold for 460 at a discount of 8%, what is the marked price? So we don't know the marked price, but we know after getting 8% discount, the sold price is 460. So you are asked to find out the marked price. So if this is discount 8%, that means 92 over 100. If you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 92 with a discount of 8%. So that means the marked price here, marked price 460 divide by 92 into 100. This is 5 times this. 5 times 100, 500 rupees is the marked price. Example number 5. What is the commission charged by a company for facilitating the sale of a motor car worth 3 million? Commission is 5% commission. So what's the commission value? So you can find out the commission value is 3 million into 5% of that. So 2 zeros get cancelled out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. So 150,000 rupees commission is given. Example number 6. A real estate company charges a fee of 36,000 to facilitate the sale of a land worth 1,200,000 rupees. Calculate the commission percentage charged by the company. So this is the commission value and this is the initial value. So what's the percentage commission value? 36,000 charged for 1,200,000 rupees. And as a percentage, you multiply by 100. 2 zeros and 1, 2, 3. Then 36 divided by 12. That's 3% commission. Exercise 4.3. Question number 1. A discount of 5% is offered when a television set of marked price 25,000 is purchased. How much is offered as a discount? 5% of that value. So discount is 5% of 25,000. So 1,250. Part 2, find the selling price of the television set. So the discount is 1,250, so you have to subtract. So the selling price is, marked price is 25,000, subtract 1,250. So you get 10, so 3, 7, 10, 2, 3, 5, so 23,750. So here I'll write down again 23,750 rupees is the selling price. Question number 2. Nimiti buys a pair of trousers worth 1,500 and a shirt worth 1,200. This is trouser, and this is shirt. From a shop which offers a discount of 5%. How much does Nimiti have to pay for both the items? So 5% from each one. So we'll calculate 5% from this one and find the selling price. So selling price of the trouser, I'll do straight away. If this is 5% discount, if you buy for 100, you have to sell it for 95. So I'll use that one straight away to find out the selling price. So the trouser is 1,500 multiplied by 95 over 100. 2 zeros, and this is 15 times 95. 10 and 5. 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 9, 45. Plus 2, 47. 1,425. That's selling price of the trouser. Then what is the selling price of the shirt? That's 1,200 into 95 over 100 because you are getting 5% discount. 12 times 95. You get 1,140. So what's the total amount that Nimiti has to pay? Total value is, you can add these two, 1,425 plus 1,140. When you add it, you are getting 2,565 rupees. Question number 3. 2 notices displayed during the festival season in 2 shoe shops which sell the same types of shoes are given below. Shop A and Shop B. Shop A says a discount of 8% on all purchases. Shop B says a reduction of 100 rupees on all purchases of value greater than 1,000 rupees. How much need to be paid when purchasing a pair of shoes of marked price 1500 from shop A? So what's the shop A says? 8% discount. So what's the selling price then? We know that 8% means 92 over 100. 100 minus 8. So selling price, straight away you can find out the marked price is 1500. So 92% of that. 2 zeros, that means 15 times 92. So 92 multiplied by 15. 1380. Then that's from shop A. Part 2. How much needs to be paid when purchasing a pair of shoes of marked price worth 1500 from shop B? So this is more than 1000, so reduction of 100 rupees from shop B. So what's the selling price? Then marked price is 1500, reduction of 100 rupees, 1400. Part 3. What is the discount percentage offered by shop B for this pair of shoes? So percentage discount. So discount is 100 rupees for 1500 into 100. 5 times 3, 5 times 20. So 20 over 3, you are getting 3 times 6, 18 and 2/3. So 6 and 2/3 percentage. Part 4. Is it more beneficial for the customer to buy the pair of shoes from shop A or from shop B? So same marked price. So shop A, we have to pay 1380. For shop B, that's 1400. So we have to pay more in shop B. So which one is we need to select? Select shop A because we have to pay lesser amount. Lesser amount. Question number 4. A seller of bicycles buys a bicycle for 8000 rupees and marks its selling price so that he earns a profit of 25%. When we're selling the bicycle, if the payment is done outright, a discount of 10% is offered to the customer. So 10% discount. Now we'll find out the first part. Find the marked price of the bicycle. So buys a bicycle for 8000 and marks it. So this is with the 25% profit. So what's the marked price? Straight away we can find out marked price is, if this is 125, into 100 because with the 25% profit. So 125 over 100 into the value. So 8,000 into 125 over 100. 25 times 5. Here 4. 4 times 2, 8. So 2,000 into 5, that's 10,000 rupees. So that's the marked price. Then the second part, find the price of the bicycle when the discount is given. Now 10% discount is given. So what's the price? Price after discount? I can do straight away because 10% discount means if you buy it for 100, you are selling to 90 rupees. So 90 over 100. So 10,000 into 90 over 100. 9,000 rupees. Then third part. If the seller marks the selling price so that he earns a profit of 20% on the amount he paid for the bicycle, then find its selling price. Now, this is with the 10% discount. So, this is the price after discount. If the seller marks the selling price so that he earns a profit of 20%. So, he needs profit of 20% now. So, the marked price is 10,000 with the profit of 20% on the amount he paid for the bicycle. What's the selling price? So, what's the value? Selling price is equal to 20% of that. So, if this is 100 with a profit, you have to sell it for 120. So, the price he bought is 8,000 and 20% profit. So, 120 over 100. 0, 0, 8 times 2, 16, 8 times 1, 8 plus 1, 90. 8 plus 1, 9. So, 9,600. So, that's the selling price here. Now, we have to consider the discount, 10% discount. So, what's the selling price? Not, this is not the final one. So, this is with the 20% profit. 20% profit is 9,600. Now, 10% discount. 10% discount means you have to multiply by 90 and divide by 100. So, that's the selling price. You get 0 here. 9 times 6, 54, and 9 times 9, 81, plus 5, 86. So, the price is 8,640 rupees. Question number 5. A vendor marks the price of an item such that he earns a profit of 10%. He intends to offer a discount of 10% on the marked price when the item is sold. Described the profit earned or loss incurred by the vendor at the sale of the item. We'll assume the buying price is 100 rupees. So, assume buying price is 100 rupees. So, to get a profit of 10%, so what's the selling price? not the selling price, marked price. We call it marked price is 10% profit, 110. You add 10 rupees. Then with a 10% discount from that, what's the selling price? Now this is selling prices with the 10% discount. So if this is 110, you have to pay 90% of that. Now when you simplify, you get 99 rupees. Now we know selling price is 99 rupees and the buying price is 100. So is it a loss or a profit? Selling price is less. So this is loss of 1 rupee. Now what's the percentage? So loss of 1 rupee. So they are not asking about a percentage. So we can write down. If this is 100, this is 1 rupee. So we'll calculate the percentage loss because we don't know the buying price. So 1 rupee out of 100 into 100%, that's 1% loss. Question number 6. A company charges a commission of 3% on the sale of a land when selling a land worth 5 million. How much needs to be paid as the commission? So what's the commission value? Is 3% of 5 million. 2 zeros, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4 and 15. So how you read that? 150,000 rupees. Second part, how much does the landowner receive after paying the commission? So land worth 5 million, subtract this one. So what's the owner receives? So the remainder 5 million minus 150,000. So 10, so 2, 8, 4, so 40. So 4,850,000 rupees. Question number 7. If a broker charged 25,000 for selling a generator which was worth 300,000 rupees, calculate the commission percentage that he charged. So what's the percentage commission? 25,000 rupees from 300,000. So calculate as a percentage, multiply by 100. 3 zeros and 2 zeros get cancelled out. 25 over 3. So 3 times 8, 24, 1 remaining. So 8 and 1/3%. Question number 8. A person who sells his vehicle is left with 570,000 after paying 30,000 to the broker. What is the selling price of the vehicle? So selling price is addition of these two. Selling price is is the amount left, that's 570,000, and the broker's commission is 30,000. So when you add it together, that's the selling price, 600,000 rupees. And the second part, it said what is the commission percentage charged by the broker. So percentage commission is, this is the selling price, and we need the value for the commission, that's 30,000 rupees into 100. So 3 zeros get cancelled out with this 3 and 2 zeros here. So 30 divided by 6, that's 5% value. Question number 9. A person paid a commission of 3% when he purchased a house. If he paid 54,000 as commission, find the amount he paid for the house. So this means 3% is 54,000. That means 3 over 100 is 54,000. So what's the amount? Amount is equal to, this is for 3 parts. 3 parts means 54,000. So what's 1 part? You have to divide by 3. So what's the total? That's 100 parts. Multiply by 100. So you get 3 times 1, 3, 8, 18,000 into 100. 1850. So you get 1,800,000 rupees. Miscellaneous exercise. Question number 1. Kasun decides to sell 10 purchase of a land he owns at the price of 300,000 per perch. So 10 purchase worth 300,000 rupees. He promises a commission of 3% on the sale of the land to a broker. If he gives a discount of 1% on the original price to the buyer, so 1% discount to the buyer, find his income from the sale of the land after paying the commission to the broker. So 10 purchase land, 1 perch, 300,000 rupees. So what's the price of the land? Price of the land, 10 purchase worth 1 perch, 300,000. What's the value? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 3 million. 3% commission is given. So what's the commission value? Commission value is 3% on the sale. But before that, we need to find out the selling price. So this is the price of the land, but he gives 1% discount. So what's the sale price? We'll find out the sale price. So sale price is 1% discount means 99 over 100. So 3 million into 99. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 9, 27 plus 2, 29. So you get 2,097,000. That's the selling price. Now the commissioner gets 3% from the selling price. So what's the commission value? So the commission value is 3% of 2,970,000 rupees. 0, 0, 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 9, 27 plus 2, 29. And 3 times 2, 6 plus 2, 8. So 89,100 for the commission value. So the question asks, find his income from the sale of the land after paying the commission. So you have to subtract this amount from the sale price. So what's the income? What's the income? 2,970,000 minus 89,100 rupees. Now we'll find out the subtraction. 0, 0, 9 and then here 10, 0 and 9 plus 8, 17, 8, 2. So what's the value? This is 2,880,900 rupees as the income. Question number 2. Amal, who is a car dealer, purchases a car for 5 million. He intends selling the car for 6 million. However, he gives a discount of 3% on the price to the buyer and a commission of 2% to the broker. Determine Amal's profit. So this is the buying price. He gives, now this is the price he wants to sell, but however he gives a discount of 3% on the price to the buyer. So 3% from that. A commission of 2% to the broker. So 2% also given to the broker. So what's the value after discount? So what is the sale price after discount? %3 discount. So we can multiply by 97 over 100. So 97 over 100 into 6 million. One, 2, 3, 4, 6 times 7, 42, 6 times 9, 54 plus 4, 58. 5,820,000. And what about the commission? Commission is the %2 of the sale price. So 2% of sale price. 2 zeros multiplied by 2, 0, 0, 4, 16 and 11. So what's the value here? 116,400 is the commission value. So when he subtracts this one, what is the profit? Profit value he gains. Profit is this is the selling price. You have to subtract the commission value and then subtract the buying price as well. So we'll first subtract this commission. You get 57. Here what's the value? 5,703,600. 5,703,600 rupees, and you have to subtract 5 million from that. So what's the profit? Profit is 703,600 rupees. So we covered all theory related to percentages, how to get the percentage profit, percentage loss, discounts, commission. So you need to know the formulae. Profit is selling price minus cost price. Loss is the cost price minus the selling price. And the profit percentage is profit over buying price into 100. And the loss percentage is loss over buying price into 100. So practice all questions and examples and thorough with percentages.